Oh, hello there. This hour on Verbling, the next in my Fluency Fundamentals class. This is a class that gives you the basic vocabulary you need to be fluent in a variety of topics. And today, we're going to become fluent in time. All kinds of expressions. These are intermediate to advanced expressions, but ones that you should know because they make you sound very idiomatic, like a native speaker. All of that and more coming up. I'm going to just do a quick introduction before we get started, and then we'll jump right into it. I'm John Eric, your verbally teacher for this hour. I'm an American teacher from New York, coming at you today from Lisbon, Portugal, to bring you this class. If you click on my name anywhere in Verbling, it'll take you here to my profile. Click follow on the left to communicate with me in the message window. Or, looks like, let me just refresh the page. Looks like I got signed out. Hold on a second. If I'm signed out, that means something's wrong with Hangout. Okay, there we go. Now it's okay. On the right side, you can book a private tutoring class or buy a package, and I will work with you on creating a personalized learning plan to help get you to your goals. So that's a little bit about the class and about me. Let's take a look at the material for today. I'm going to put the material there in the chat window for you to open. Take a quick look. And we've got a variety of activities we're going to do. Not just focus on the expressions, but focus on using them in different ways. So I've changed the format of the class a little bit. And let's see how it goes today. Let me just make sure everything works. So I see Mr. Vincent. Hello, Mr. Vincent. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine, thank you.
Nice to have you back. And Ms. Lena, nice to see you. Hello. You out there, Lena? There
Hi,
we go.
Eric. I'm doing good. Thank you.
Good. Mr. Frederic, welcome back from last hour.
Hello.
And also Mr. David. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you doing?
Very good, very good. Okay, so let's give this a shot. Expressing time. We're going to be learning for the first 10 or 15 minutes or so, applying what we learned in a few exercises, and then jumping into a speaking activity if all goes well. However, there's different stages of this, so probably we're going to have to do this in two parts. The first part being today, because there's quite a lot of material. Let's take a look. I'll tell you what. I want you to start off. Oh, look, we've got V as well. Welcome to class, V. I want you to take a look at the first expression. Mr. Vincent, can you read that first expression up there and a little explanation about what it means?
Okay, so time flies when you're having fun. So for my part, I think it's because the time pass very quickly when you do an activity that you like very much or something like that.
Something like that. Okay, very good. And let me get another reader there for the background. Ms. V, can you read the little explanation under the caption there? Uh-oh, I don't hear V. I'll go with... Oh, there you are. Okay.
Yeah. The explanation.
Yeah.
This expression refers to a common phenomenon. When you're happy, everything seems to happen very fast. But when you're not, time seems to move very slowly. Can you think of some situations when time seems to go too fast, or when it drags? Do you have an expression like this in your language?
Does everyone have the same expression as English? Time flies when you're having fun?
Yes, we have. But it's not an idiom. In my language, that is not an idiom. It's
not
just like a normal sentence. Yeah.
What do you mean by normal sentence? What is a normal sentence?
It is like the expression of your feeling than a fixed sentence. Like time flies when you're having fun.
Okay, all right. So there's not a particular expression for it, in other words. Okay, okay. Let me see. Give me a second here. I've changed the format of the class, and I don't know where anything is located. Give me a second here. There we go. Okay. So, oh, I just realized I might be missing something really important. You know what? Give me a second, everyone. So I want you to listen to a conversation, but I don't know if I have it printed out for you or not. Give me a second. Give me a moment here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I think I'm missing a slide. Uh-oh. Yep, I'm missing. Okay, wait a second. We're going to have to skip something here because I'm missing a page. Let's see if I can change this a little bit. Okay. Well, let me do this. We're going to have to skip an activity, but let me ask you. Oh no, maybe we can. Maybe we can. Okay, let's give this a try. Okay, I think I fixed the problem. So, take a look at the cartoons, and just quickly, maybe I could ask one of you to tell me which cartoon do you think that caption best fits? Mr. David, what do you think? Time flies when you're having fun. Which one and why?
I think maybe it's the first one because they are with friends, they're hanging out. Maybe they say, having a good time, and then probably gonna order a pizza and continue talking.
Seems
however,
that way.
however, the other guys looks like a little. I mean, the guy with the who's thinking about the pizza sounds like he's having fun. The other guy's like a little bored, I guess. I don't know. Maybe one is having fun, the other one is not. So who knows?
Maybe he's not into the idea of pizza. Okay.
Probably, or maybe
All
not
right.
into the conversation, which would be worse.
Could be. Or maybe that's not a pizza. Maybe it's a flying saucer, and he's afraid. I don't know.
I think you are drinking too much caffeine.
Maybe. All right. Let's contrast that to the other picture. By the way, let's say a quick hello to Angelina, who's just joining us right now. Hello, Angelina. How are you?
Hi, how are you? Good morning.
Good morning. And where are you from, Angelina?
I'm from Vietnam.
From Vietnam. Okay, fantastic. So we're going to be working on time expressions. We're just doing a little introduction first. And we're taking a look at one particular time idiom. Time flies when you're having fun. Ms. Angelina, do you think time flies when we're having fun is a good caption for the picture on the right? Do you think it fits, or do you think it doesn't fit? The picture on the right. What do you think?
I think it's my fit to the second picture because I look like the guy who are talking to the other lady.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Does it look like they're having fun?
They might look like they having fun chatting with each other. Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah. But another and look like the guy was asking the lady that what time is it, something like that.
Or depends on the context here. Mr. Vincent, where do you think they are in the first picture on the right? Where do you think their location is?
Maybe it occurs at work.
Probably at work. Does time fly when you're at work, Vincent?
For my part, no. For the other, I don't know.
For me, the answer would be no. Not when I'm teaching you, the time always flies. But normally, no. At work, it doesn't. So, just out of curiosity, what can we say for picture number 2 if it's the opposite of time flies? What does time do in picture number 2? Any ideas?
It's like it takes forever, something like that.
That's the idea, but what's the word I'm looking for? Time flies in the picture on the left, and time does what on the picture on the right? Any ideas?
Freeze, maybe?
Not freeze.
Stop.
Not
Then-
stop. Doesn't stop. It just goes
Pause.
really slowly.
Stand still.
Stand still. No, stand still would be like something shocking happens, and that moment is kind of frozen in time. Here, nothing shocking is
Sure.
happening, but the boss is telling her maybe it's time to get back to work, or she wants to leave, or he's telling her to be productive, or I don't know. Or she's
Draws
asking.
out, maybe?
Draws out. I would say it's close. Time drags or drags on,
Drags.
maybe.
Or time sucks.
That's another story. Another story entirely. Okay, so we've got 2 idioms already. I think I'm missing a page, but I think I can still do this part with you. You're going to hear a conversation by looking at the picture to the left and discussing the questions below. It says with your teacher, but we're going to discuss it as a class. Okay? So I think I can do this, although I don't have the material in front of me, but I think I can do it. Let's make sure the questions are clear. All right, everyone, take a question. Lena, can you just read number 1 for us in A?
What is one young man obviously thinking?
Okay, and you can see that from the picture. And let's see, Mr. Frederic, can you read number 2 for us?
Does the other young man seem to agree with him? Can you
Okay.
guess why?
Okay. So, just out of curiosity, can you answer those questions before you even listen? What do you think the answers are already? Lena, what do you think the answer is to yours? Let's go back for a second. Based on the picture, what would you say, Lena?
Answer to the question A?
Yeah, the one you read, yeah.
I think probably he thinks it's a good idea to eat pizza.
That's true. Or he wants it, right? Okay, and Frederick, what do you think you would say? Does the other man agree?
No, he doesn't look happy, so I think he's not agree.
He's not agree or he doesn't agree?
He doesn't agree.
He doesn't agree, right? No verb to be. He doesn't agree. Okay. Let's listen to the conversation. As you listen, you're going to notice many expressions for time. Okay? I want you to make a mental note of every time expression you hear. Actually, you can put them in the vocabulary window, in the chat window if you like. What I would just ask you to do is to write them all together, not separate messages, because if all of you are writing separate messages, I'll get lost really quickly. So every time you hear a time expression, if you notice one, I want you to write it in the chat window and then hit return at the end of the dialogue. So the first time, just listen, make notes. The second time, we can read it together. Okay, here we go. We've got Bob and Ben. Bob says, "Hey, what's for dinner?" Ben says, "Let's get a pizza." Bob says, "We just had one yesterday. We can't eat pizza day in and day out." Ben says, "We don't eat pizza all the time. We've only had 2 so far this week." Bob replies, "Look, eating pizza every now and then, maybe once a month or 2, is okay, but it's really not good for our health if we eat it all the time. In the long run, we'll be healthier, and when we're old, if we stop eating so many pizzas, we'll be much healthier than if we don't stop." Bob says, "Are you suggesting that we stop eating pizzas forever? Can you really quit eating pizza for good? No more tomato sauce, cheese, pepperoni for the rest of your life? Is it possible?" Bob says, "I don't think I said that exactly, but since we've already had 2 this week for the time being, we shouldn't have another one. That's all I meant. We'll just wait a bit." Ben replies, "Hot, spicy sauce, melted mozzarella cheese, crispy crust." Bob says, "Stop it, Ben. You're making me hungry." Okay, let's just go get a pizza." Ben says, "Really?" Bob says, "Yes, but immediately. We'll have to go right away before I reconsider." And that is the story of the pizza. Okay, so take a look at oh, sorry. So I asked you if you noticed any time expressions. You can hit return. If you do, let's see what we got. Who is minion? Who is that? Who's our minion? Is that?
It's me. Hold on. I'm still typing my answers.
Ah, okay, no problem.
Can you come back with me later?
I just wanted to know who it was. So minion is Angelina, right?
Yes, that's me.
Got it. Okay, one of the minions. Frederic, what do you have? Day in, day out? Once a month or two? Forever, rest of your life? For the time... Uh-oh, what's that one? For the time...
Sorry?
Frederic?
Mm-hmm.
For the time behind? For the time...
That's
Lena's got it. Lena's got it. What is it, Lena? For the
For
time...
the time being.
Being, right?
Being.
Spelled with one E. B-E-I-N-G. B-E-I-N-G.
Oh yes, for the time being, okay.
Okay, very good. Let's see if I have anything else to add. All the time. Okay. Right away. Okay, good. Stop it then is it's not really a time expression, it's just an order, right? Not really specifically a time expression. And then we have for Angelina, all the time, now and then, forever, for the rest of our lives. Our is O-U-R. You forgot the O. Okay? O-U-R.
Yes.
Some other expressions. Last night, this week, immediately, right away, once a month. Okay. The only one that I think no one got was, let's see. By the way, what about the rest of you? V, Vincent, Giancarlo, did you do this as well?
Yesterday as well.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the long run, for example.
Say again?
In the long run.
In the long run. Good. That was one I don't think we saw. Good. Oh no, we did. Lena had that one, in the long run.
Oh,
The only one that none of you got was what was it? For good. I don't think anyone got that one, did you? So one of the expressions was to quit for good. So what do you think that means? What would be a synonym of quit for good?
Forever.
Forever. Absolutely. For good means forever. So the whole list was day in and day out. So far, Lena had that one as well. Every now and then, in the long run, for good, for the time being, right away. The other time references you have are not really idioms. So last night and this week aren't idioms. They're just normal time references. They're adverbs. Okay? So we'll take a look at this again in just a second. Look at the second picture. You'll notice it says, where are the man and woman? We already talked about that. We said they're in their office. What time is it? What do you think they're talking about? We talked about that. Angelina said maybe he's asking her for the time, right? Maybe there's something else going on. We'll see in just a second. And finally, number 3, do you think the woman is the man's supervisor? Why or why not? Well, let's take a quick look again at the picture. Do you think she is a supervisor? What do you think her job is?
Anyone or?
Yeah, anyone.
Oh, I think she's the boss.
She's the boss. I think so too. What gives you that idea, Mr. David?
Well, she's sitting down on a nice desk.
Yeah, at a nice desk.
Thank you. At a nice desk, and
he's sitting on the desk. She's sitting at the desk.
Right.
Okay. And what? So that means she's not asking him for the time, right? Is she? He's asking her for something. At least I think so.
Maybe she's asking him to do something.
Or maybe he's asking.
Work.
Or maybe he's asking her to do
right.
something.
See if I can. Oh yeah. Or maybe they are both asking something to each other.
Or maybe not.
Right. So many choices. Yeah. But I think she's the boss, and she maybe he is. He wants to leave, and she says, "No, you can't, and I have a
Very-
project to do, blah, blah, blah.
That's what I thought too. I think he's asking her to leave. I think he's asking her to leave, and he's pointing at the time.
Mm.
Mr. Vincent, what time do you think it is?
So it's 20 past 9.
20 past 9. In the morning or at night?
Maybe in the morning because it's very late in the night to walk.
Exactly. So why would he want to leave if it's 20 past 9 in the morning?
Sorry, I don't understand the question.
Why would he be asking to leave if it was 20 past 9 in the morning?
Oh, maybe there is an emergency, or
Yeah, maybe.
is-
It's just that he's pointing at his watch, so that must mean something.
Maybe she's late and he's fire her.
That means that he's the boss,
Yeah.
but she's the boss. David said that she's the boss because she's sitting at the desk. Do you agree?
It could be, but he can be the boss.
All right,
Either.
we're going to find out right now, and I'm going to ask you to do the same thing. You're going to have a different set of time expressions, okay? Now, we're not looking for things like yesterday or at 5 o'clock. We're looking for idioms. So these are two or more word expressions, just like we saw before, like day in and day out, or for good. You're going to have a whole different set. Actually, you're going to listen for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're going to listen for 9 different expressions in the second dialogue. 9 expressions. Let's see how many you get. Are you ready? Ready! Are you ready?
Ready.
There you
Ready.
go. All right. Lena gets the cookie for the most enthusiasm. Here we go. This is Kathy and Sam. Kathy says, Sam, you're really late. You've been late 3 times this week. Sam says, I know, but it's not my fault. Kathy says, why aren't you on time this morning? Sam says, it's my bus. I missed it. I think the bus arrived ahead of time. I thought I was 5 minutes early. Kathy says, from now on, you should leave your house on time to catch the bus. I'm sorry, you should leave your house in time to catch the bus. Not on time. In time to catch the bus. Sam says, yeah, I know, you're right. Kathy says, it might even be nice if you arrived early off and on. Maybe not every day, but you should get to work on time occasionally. Sam says, I know that. I don't try to be late, it just happens. Kathy says, I know that, but I heard that in time, after you get more experience, you're expected to take a lot of responsibility in this company. Decisions on promotions are just around the corner, maybe even next month. I just want you to get a good recommendation. Sam says, so do I. But every so often, I wonder whether I'll ever be promoted. Kathy says, sure you will, but maybe you should buy a car, just to be sure. Sam says, I'm not so sure that I can afford to buy a car, but it's really a problem. It'll really be a problem to find a place to park day in and day out. Okay, I think that's the end of the dialogue. Oh, no, wait, there's another part. Hold on, sorry. I missed the last page. Kathy says, that's true. So far this week, I've only been able to park my car by the stadium. It's a pretty long walk every morning and afternoon. Sam says, yeah, but it isn't only that. Parking a car is a lot more expensive than riding a bus. In the long run, I'm probably going to have to save enough money to buy a house. Kathy, ha, I'm not so sure about that. Well, maybe a small one. Sam says, no, I mean it. The more I think about it, the smarter it seems to continue taking the bus for good. It will always be a better deal than a car. Kathy says, well, maybe it seems like a good idea for the time being, but you're going to have to think about your professional future too. If you continue to come to work late, you'll wish you'd gotten a car right away instead of waiting. Phew, okay, we got through that one. So, if you, there we go. Good, good, good. Got it. So, we've got, excellent. V, how many did you get total? Tell me a number. Same thing with you, Fred. Same thing with Fred. How many did you get?
Let me count. I don't
10?
know.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, count them. Frederick, how many, what was your number? How many?
1, 2, 3.
8, 9, 10, 11.
11?
9, 10.
10? Vincent, you're running behind in the race, Vincent. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay.
Yeah,
You're missing a few. Okay, but let's see. Let's see if they all count. I'm going to go through the ones that I said. I said 9 originally because I wasn't looking at both pages. Actually, there's 2 pages, so I missed the second page. But I'm going to go through the ones that I said, and you tell me if you've missed any. Here we go. 1, on time. 2, ahead of time. 3, from now on. 4, in time. 5, off and on. In time was repeated again. 6, just around the corner. Now that one we need to take a look at because it's not about the physical corner of the building. It's about the corner, meaning promotions are just around the corner. Next month is what she's referring to. 7, every so often. 8, day in and day out. 9, so far. Yep. 10, in the long run. I hope I'm not repeating myself. Okay. 11, for good. 12, for the time being. And 13, right away. Okay, so I count 13 total. Did anyone get all 13 out of curiosity? Did anyone get 13? No? Did anyone get 12? No 12s? Did anyone get 11?
Yes.
Got 1, 11? Okay. What were the 2 that you missed, V?
Yeah, and every so often and day in and day out.
Okay, every so often, day in and day out. Okay, okay, good. All right, good. I just wanted to see if you could recognize the expressions. The main lesson here is time references are just adverbs. Like, I did it quickly. That's an adverb, just like I did it yesterday. But an idiom can be a saying, like time flies when you're having fun, but could also be one of these key expressions we just heard, like ahead of time, off and on, or just around the corner. So now that you have identified at least 13, if not more, let's see if we can put some of these to practice in a little multiple choice. Let me just give me a second here. Okay, let me jump forward. Oh, I'm sorry. I have just a question here. About the 2 dialogues that you just heard, you've only listened to them once. There is a transcription at the end, so if you open this, you can go back and review it. But just to make sure everything is clear, this is for all of you. If you know the answer, shout it out. In the pizza story, do the young men eat pizza often? Obviously, the answer is
Yes.
Yes.
of course. Why does one man not want to get pizza tonight?
Because they had it yesterday.
Yeah, because they can't stop eating it. Will they have pizza for dinner tonight? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Only V and David are paying attention. Is that possible? Really? What about the rest of you? Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to call on you. Why did Sam miss the bus, Angelina?
Because I forgot.
Oh no, oh no. When you answer these questions, I want you to try to use some of the expressions that you've learned, if you can. What did, Mr. Giancarlo, Why did Sam miss the bus? What did the bus do that he wasn't expecting? I'll give you a little bit of a hint.
I don't remember exactly, but maybe he missed the bus and he couldn't catch it or something.
It's true, but why? Why couldn't he catch it? It's true. Why couldn't he catch it? What's his theory? Class, what was Sam's theory about why he missed the bus? Did Sam...
Because the bus arrived before it was expected to arrive.
Precisely. The bus arrived before. And what was the expression we used for
Ahead
arrive?
of time.
Fantastic. Arrive ahead of time. Why did Sam miss the bus? Because the bus arrived ahead of time. So if he was on time, he would have missed it. Any questions about ahead of time? Any questions about that? Is that clear, more or less? Yeah? Okay. Is it unusual for Sam to be late, Vincent?
I would say yes.
It is. It is. Do you remember what Kathy says? She says it might be nice if you arrived early. Do you remember the expression she used?
No.
What could you say to finish that sentence? It might be nice if you arrived early.
Off
Vincent?
and on.
Off and on? Good. And in fact, that's what she says. It might be nice if you arrived early, off and on. In other words, at least sometimes, right? So it sounds like he's always late. Okay. Why is it more important than usual for him to be on time right now? Ooh. Lena, what do you think about this one? What's happening right now?
I'm not sure, but probably they might have an important meeting.
They do have something important coming up. It's true. It's not a meeting. Did anyone catch what it was? He has an opportunity.
Promotion.
Promotion. Okay. And I'm going to say the sentence from the dialogue. You fill in the missing expression. Decisions on promotions are blank.
Just around the corner.
Just around the corner is correct. Very good. What does his friend suggest that Sam do? What does Kathy suggest?
They suggest him to get a car.
Very good. You can't suggest him, though. She suggests him. That sounds a little strange. She suggests that.
Buying a car.
Right. But you can't suggest him. You can only suggest something. Just to be clear. Angelina, say that one more time, but get rid of the him. Use a that instead.
Oh, well, what you mean? I'm sorry.
You cannot suggest him. That structure doesn't work. But you can suggest that someone does something. You can say it like that. So look, she suggests that. Can you finish the sentence now? Look at the chat window.
That? No. I don't get it. Like.
Pass. Mr. David, can you finish that sentence? She
Yes.
suggests.
She suggests that he buys a car.
Okay, very good. So you got to put the subject in there again. Suggests that he, meaning Sam, she suggests that he buy or buys a car. Notice that you can say either buy or buys. Mr. David, if you know the reason why you can say either buy or buys, you win a cookie. Do you know the grammatical reason why both are acceptable?
Right. The first one, when you say buy, that's a subjunctive.
Subjunctive, right?
Yeah. And the other one is just he buys a car. It's just a present tense.
It's indicative.
Indicative. There we go.
Okay. So that's the technical
So I won
term.
half of the cookie.
You won. No, I'll give you the whole cookie. It's okay. In American English, we would say she suggests he buy. You can say it like that. Oh, that's called the subjunctive. The subjunctive just means that you're using what is basically a kind of conditional form. It's kind of like a conditional. In fact, we usually use would, could, should, might with the subjunctive, normally. But you can do it without. Another example of the subjunctive is a common phrase like God save the Queen. Not God saves the Queen, but God save. In British English, you don't use it. You say she suggests that he buys. Okay, so I just want to put that there for you just to be aware of. Don't worry about it. It's not that important. But just be aware that there's a slight difference when you use a that clause in some cases. Actually, you can forget about it because it's not really... Even native speakers get these mixed up all the time, so it's not a really important point. Okay, so I think you got the gist of the dialogue. Determining the meanings of the chapter, well, I'm going to say of this presentation's idioms, by listening to the conversation, again encircling the most likely meaning for each. I'm not going to read through them again because it's going to take too long, but what I will do is I'm going to call on you in order, and I want you to give me the meaning that you think is the best fit. Okay? And we'll do it as a group. So, I'm going to go in the order that I see you. First Vincent, then V, then Lena, then Giancarlo, then Frederic, then David, and then Angelina. Okay? So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And when we get to 7, we're going to start over again. So 8 is going to be Vincent again. Okay? So let's try it. On time. What do you think, Vincent? What's the best match? You've got 3 columns to choose from. Late, at the correct time, or early. Based on what you
sorry. At the correct time. So.
At the correct time. Kathy says, why aren't you on time this morning? Very good. V, number 2, ahead of time.
Early.
Early. Ahead of time. The bus arrived ahead of time. Lena, number 3.
From now on, it means from this moment.
Excellent. From now on means from this moment. And you heard that with Kathy. Kathy was the boss. She says, from now on, you should leave your house. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, good. Mr. Giancarlo, number 5. No, sorry, number 4. Number 4, sorry.
4. In time is...
And listen to the full sentence. Kathy says, from now on, you should leave your house in time to catch your bus. Sam says, yeah, I know, you're right.
maybe it's soon enough.
Soon enough is correct. So give yourself enough time. Do it soon enough or early enough. Very good.
Yes.
Mr. Frederic, I think you're up to number 5. Yeah, you're number 5.
Off and on. Sometimes.
Sometimes. Off and on is sometimes. And the sentence you heard was, it might be nice if you arrived early, off and on. It means at least sometimes. Mr. David, number 6.
Number 6, in time, early.
In time, early. So we heard in time in 2 different occasions. Let me just see if I can find the second one. Basically you're right, but let me see if I can find the other sentence with in time. I can't find it. I only see the one. I know there's 2, but I can't. Oh, here it is. Kathy says, Sam says, I don't try to be late. Kathy responds, I know that, but I heard that in time. After you get more experience, you're expected to take on a lot of responsibility. You could get a promotion.
So that would be different then. So it would be eventually then.
Eventually, right. In the second context, it means eventually, in time. Okay? Is that clear, everyone? There's 2 different meanings for this. So the context is very important for all of these because they have more than one meaning. That's the moral of the story. Angelina, we're up to you for number 7. Yeah.
Nearby.
Nearby, just around the corner. Promotions are just around the corner. Vincent, you're next.
So every so often.
Correct.
Very often.
Every so often, very often. Listen again. Sam says, I want to get a good recommendation, but every so often I wonder whether I'll ever be promoted.
Can you repeat, please?
Sam says, I also want a good recommendation, but every so often I wonder whether I'll ever be promoted.
So never, maybe?
Well, he's not saying it'll never happen, but he's saying every so often he wonders whether it's possible. So does he wonder very often, sometimes, or does he never wonder?
I don't know.
Help him out, class. Listen to the full exchange. Kathy says, I just want you to get a good recommendation to get a promotion. Sam says, so do I. I want to get a good recommendation, but every so often I wonder whether I'll ever be promoted. Vincent, does Sam doubt whether he's going to get promoted, or is he sure that he's going to get promoted?
No, I think he's not sure.
He's not sure. He's not sure. So, every so often he wonders whether it's even possible. He doubts it. Does he doubt it sometimes, very often, or does he never doubt it? I think the problem is because the word never is negative. I think that's the confusing part. How often does he wonder whether or not he'll get a promotion? How often does he wonder whether it's possible? Let me put it that way. How often does he wonder whether it's possible? Does he sometimes doubt himself? Or does he often doubt it?
Often doubt?
Often? Do we agree, class?
No.
What do you
Sometimes.
think? Sometimes. In other words, he knows that promotions are coming up, but he has this feeling that it might not be possible for him. So that feeling, if it was all the time, he'd probably just leave the job, right? It's like a doubt, something that comes up once in a while in the back of your mind. So I agree, it's sometimes, every so often.
Okay.
So often doesn't mean so like very, Vincent. Maybe that's the confusion here. So doesn't mean very here. It's just an expression. Every so often means once in a while. Okay?
Okay.
I'll give you a chance to use these in a little speaking activity as well. V, number 9.
Yeah. Number 9. Day in and day out. Always. Always.
Always. Exactly. Because Sam says it's really a problem finding a place to park day in and day out. Okay, so that's exactly right. Always. Okay, keep going, class. After V was Lena.
It's every now and then in the future.
Every now and then in the future. Let's see. Every now and then was. Where is it? I lost it. Every now and then. Here it is. This is from the pizza dialogue now. Number 10. The pizza dialogue. Bob says, look, eating a pizza every now and then, maybe once a month or two, is okay.
Ah, yes, I got it. It's occasionally.
It's occasionally. Okay, good. Mr. JC, number 11.
Number 11, so far is until now.
Until now. And we heard Ben say we've only had 2 so far this week. We've only had 2 so far. How many pizzas can you have? Okay, number 12, Frederic.
Once in a while.
That's easy. That one we always say. You hear it all the time. So once in a while means?
Sometimes.
Sometimes, once in a while. Okay, and in the dialogue, you heard I lost it. I can't find it. Uh-oh. It's not in the dialogue. I can't find it. No, it's not in there. That's just one they're testing you on. Wow, they didn't actually say it. That's surprising. Okay, number 13. In the long run goes to David. David or David? David or David?
Number what again? 11?
We're on to 13.
13. In the long run, far in the future.
Far in the future, which is correct because in the dialogue, she says to him, no, Sam says about the car. Remember, he said the parking lot is more expensive than a bus. In the long run, I'm probably going to save enough money to just buy a house. So that means far in the future. Okay, that brings us back to Angelina for number 14, for good.
Forever.
Forever. That's absolutely right. Because Sam says, the more I think about it, the smarter it seems to continue taking the bus for good. In other words, not changing. Okay, Mr. Vincent, 15, second to last.
For the time being, it's for a short time.
For a short time, for the time being. Good. And that was used. Kathy says, well, maybe it seems like a good idea for the time being, but eventually, if you want to get a promotion, you got to be on time, buy a car. Okay. And V, the very last one, 16.
Yeah. Right away. Immediately.
Immediately. And she says, if you continue to come to work late, you'll wish you'd gotten a car right away, meaning right now, instead of waiting. Okay. That is it. That's it for the first set of words. Give me just a second. And I want to see if I can do one more little activity with you. Okay, yes. No, let's change this a little bit. I'm gonna save this next part. Let me just see if I can do this next time. As I said, this is gonna have to be a two-part class because I have too many activities for you to do. Give me a second here. Okay, I'm gonna jump forward here. I'm gonna give you a situation. What I want you to do is to try to have a conversation with a partner in class. Maybe I can put you in threes this time instead of twos. You're going to have a conversation with a few classmates by acting out one of the little role plays, and you're going to try to be using some of the key expressions. You're going to try to use them in the role play. Okay, so let's see. We're up to Lena. Lena, could you read the first situation for us, number 1?
Yes. 2 free friends. All of you have different ideas about time. One of you is always late. The second is always very early. The third is always exactly on time. These different ideas always cause trouble when you are having parties or meeting to go out. Tonight is the last straw. Everybody arrived in the wrong time to go to dinner, and nobody is happy. This might be the end of a friendship.
This could be. And I'm going to add one more thing to the situation. Lena, tonight's the last straw because there was a dinner party. And Lena, do you know what the dinner party was about?
Dinner.
There was a dinner party.
Yes.
Everyone arrived at the wrong time.
Yes.
Do you know what the occasion was, Lena? The occasion was that today is your birthday.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna see if I can put 3 and 2 and 2. Let's see if I can do this 3 times. So for the first time, Lena, you are always. Give me a second. One of you is always late. Giancarlo, you are going to be always late. That's you. The second one is very early. Lena, that's you. You're always very early. Frederic, The third, that's you, is always exactly on time. Today was Lena's birthday party. You all arrived at different times. You're going to have a short dialogue because today was the last straw. You know what, Lena? I've got to change this. Lena, you've got to be the one who's always on time. You have to be. You've got to be because it's your birthday party. I'm going to change the rules. Sorry. It's going to make more sense. Giancarlo, you're always late. Frederic, you're always early. Lena, you're always on time. In the short dialogue, you have to use 9 expressions, which you see on the screen. 9 expressions. When you've used all 9 expressions, then you have achieved your goal. You also need to come to some resolution because you're friends and you want to stay friends. Okay? So, what time was your dinner party, Lena? Give us an hour.
At 6 p.m.
It was at 6 p.m. And the last person, Frederic, arrived at what time? What time did you get there, Frederic?
So I'm the one who's always late.
You're the one who's always early. So what time did you arrive?
Sorry, I don't get the time. Lena just.
Her party was at 6?
Okay.
6 p.m.
So what time did you arrive, Frederic?
I arrive at 5:45.
You arrived at 5:45? That's not bad. That's pretty good. I think you arrived even earlier because you're always early. I think you arrived at 5.
Okay.
Giancarlo, what time did you arrive? You're always late.
Maybe at 30 after 8.
You arrived at 8:30. Okay, very good, very good. Okay, so it's now 8:30. Giancarlo is walking into the restaurant. Frederic has been drinking since 5 o'clock, so he's already out. And Lena, you're there. What do you say to Giancarlo and to Frederic? Remember, you've got to use, all of you need to use all 9 expressions in this dialogue. Start us off, Lena.
Hi guys. Giancarlo, it would be nice if you could come on time once in a while, especially today because it's my birthday. And Frederic, it would be nice if you could come. If you could come every now and then at the arranged time.
Okay. Oh, sorry, Elena. You know, I think I will be always ahead of time. You know, for good. All my life, because I'm so afraid I arrive too late.
You have a problem.
I'm sorry, Lena. I tried to be here ahead of time, but it was impossible. My car didn't work. I mean, I had a problem with my car, so the next time I promise I'm gonna be in time.
How often do you have a problem with your car? How often?
Well,
how often?
You know, I have some problems with my car. But you know, Lena, it's just once in a while. It's not.
Okay.
Okay, but right away we can all try to come to the parties at the arranged time without any delays.
Okay, yeah, I just want to say happy birthday. I'm sorry.
Okay, very good. Well, these are the ones I got. Lena had on time and now and then. Frederic had ahead of time, and Giancarlo used ahead of time too. And then Giancarlo, you said once in a while. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 out of 9. I think we could do better though. I think we could do better. 4 out of 9 is not bad, but we could do better. Let's run it. Let's see. Oh, we're running out of time. We're running out of time. Let me ask you this, Angelina and Vincent. Let's do this. I have a second part because we're gonna actually run out of time right now. I've got a second part of this. So if you take a look at my schedule, I think it's going to be. I'll tell you in just a second, and maybe I could ask you to come to the second class, and we're going to continue this. The second part is going to be, I'll tell you in a second, I think it's Thursday at 1. Thursday. Yeah. I'll double check, but I think that's it. So I'm going to give you a chance. In the meantime, you've also got an activity that you can try on your own, more than one. On slide 7 and slide 8. Slide 7, 8, and 9. You've got 2 short multiple choice activities you can do as a homework to give yourself a little bit of extra practice. And then in the follow-up class, which I believe is Thursday at 1 o'clock, we're going to take this a step further, and you'll get a chance to try these out in a different kind of a role play. Okay? So hang on to the link, okay, everyone? And you can try that on your own. I will put the answers there for you to correct yourself and bring in your questions into the class on Thursday. Any questions about any of the expressions we saw today before we go? Which one of these expressions, which one of these were new for you today? Anything new?
Day in, day out.
Yes.
Day in and day out? Good.
Off
Any
and on.
others?
None.
Off and on? What about just around the corner? That was a good one.
Yeah, it was new for me.
Just around the corner is a good one. For good, meaning permanently, right?
Every so often.
Every so often. So does not mean very in that case. Okay? That's a good one too. All right. We're going to stop here, but we're going to continue on Thursday at 1 o'clock, the second half of this class, and you'll all get a chance to continue. Try the homework on your own. Have a great day, and I'll be back tomorrow from 12 to 2 for... okay. It would be great if I knew what I was doing tomorrow. Check my schedule. You'll see. Okay, and was there a question, Angelina? Sorry. You want to download the things? Look.
Yeah.
Here's the click on the link here. Okay. Can you see the
Yes.
link that I posted for you?
I got it. Yeah, I received
Okay, great.
it.
Okay, and when you open that up, you can download
Yes.
by going to the bottom left side. There's a little cog symbol, and when you click on that, you can download it as a PDF or a presentation. Okay?
Thank you.
All right, we're all set. Okay, have a great day, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow, and hopefully come back for the Thursday class, and we'll finish up with the second role play. Bye for now, everyone. See you
Thank
soon.
you.
Okay,
Have a
bye.
good
Thank
one.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.